Example for today. So like I said, the first thing that you need to do is when you get a radical equation or inequality, you need to check the inequality. Is it a greater than or less than? You guys said it was a less than. So less than means it has two steps. And the reason it has two steps is because a radical cannot be, we're looking for real answers, not imaginaries. So the underneath the square root, the smallest number that can be underneath the square root and still get a real answer is 0. So step 1. Take what's underneath the square root and you want it to be greater than or equal to 0. Because it's a less than, it's going to be in between two numbers, so you want to make sure that the smallest number under the square root could be 0. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. And then we're going to divide by 4. And x is greater than or equal to 1. So x has to be greater than or equal to 1. It cannot be anything else, okay? If it's anything less than 1, the answer will not be a real solution, and all we're interested in is real solutions. Step 2 is actually to solve the inequality just the way it is. If it's a greater than, you won't have to do this part. So if this was greater than, you wouldn't have to do this part. But because it's a less than, you always have to do 2 steps. And now we're going to solve this. Again, you guys, the reason that I make this, it cannot be anything less than 0, so that's why I put the greater than. We're going to add 2 to both sides. How do you get rid of a radical or square root? We're going to square both sides. Remember, a square, when you square both sides, it just gets rid of the radical. You actually have to square 6. 6 squared is 36. Now what do? We're going to add 4 to both sides. Now what do? So basically what we're going to do, our answer for x is, x can be any number, oops, you guys can't see that. X can be any number that is less than 10, but greater than 1. So 1 is the smallest number it can be. What's the largest number it could be? That's your answer. So when it's a less than, the x is going to go in between. And you guys, in last period, someone asked me if ordered matter. Yes, order matters. Yes. What questions do you have? What? No, unless, I mean, you should, but you don't have to.